There's a saying in business that if you have an important task that really needs to get done, you should assign it to the busiest person. Hi, my name is Tobey Pierce, and I'd like to share a devotional thought with you today. In Mark chapter 12, Jesus has been teaching in the temple, and he sits down to watch the people. Mark 12, beginning in verse 41. And he sat down opposite the treasury to watch the people putting money into the offering box. Many rich people put in large sums, and a poor widow came and put in 2 small copper coins, which make a penny. Now that's from the English Standard Version. In a Muppets Christmas Carol movie, Miss Piggy would have called those copper coins a halfpenny, a half penny. Well, the Greek word translated penny there is called rantis. And we're told that was worth 1/64th of one day's payment for a day laborer. Well, if you put that in modern times for the year 2024 here in New Mexico, well, minimum wage in New Mexico is now $12 an hour. So if somebody worked an 8-hour day, they'd get $96. Well, at least that would be the gross amount. So 1/64th of that $96 would be $1.50. And the take home from $1.50 gross would be about 90 cents. So if you look at it in terms of the current year here in New Mexico, then the widow may have had 90 cents. But that's not really the point of that, is it? The point is that she gave all that she had to live on. She gave her all. Continuing on there in verse 43 of Mark 12. And he called his disciples to him and he said, "Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all of those who are contributing to the offering box. For they all contributed out of their abundance, but she out of her poverty has put in everything that she had, all she had to live on." Oh, Jesus is watching people in the temple. You know, when we come to worship and focus on God, he's watching us too. This widow gave beyond her means. This is a very giving congregation, and that's very appreciated. We have some families here with some very deep benevolence needs, and they're truly blessed by your giving. And Jesus is talking here about financial sacrifice, but I want to draw a parallel with a different kind of sacrifice. Time. I think it's interesting that in the qualifications for elders and deacons, that the man is to be married and to have children. They are busy people, busy with a wife and with kids. You know, in 1 Corinthians 7:32 and following, Paul even talks about how busy married people are. And certainly children very much need our time. I want to give a shout out to our deacons. Every one of them have been busy not only with their families and their children, their jobs, but very busy helping here with the work here at Northeast. In the last few days alone, They've ordered educational supplies, worked on the landscaping drip system, dealt with the state's inspection of our water well, repaired an issue with the alarm system, taught Bible class, organized the men to lead our worship, and on we could go. And I'm sure lots of things that I don't even get to hear about. You know, your time is as important as your money. Many of you might remember Al Sharp, a longtime member here who's passed away now. Well, Al's dad was H.A. Sharp, and H.A. Sharp started the congregation just north of here in Bernalillo. And H.A. used to say, if you're too busy for God, you're just too busy, implying that if you're too busy for God, you just really need to look at your priorities and reprioritize those priorities. You know, if our deacons, with all that they have going on with their families and their jobs, taking care of their children, if they can give the kind of time that they do to the Lord, then what about you? What could you do? Think about how you could sacrifice your time for the Lord. Thank you for taking the time to watch this devotional and to listen to it. What other time can you give to God? Think about that. Make the effort. You'll be blessed if you do, and you'll bless others. I hope you have a blessed day.
If you would like more information, or if you'd like to participate in our Bible studies and worship services, we would love to have you come join us at the Northeast Church of Christ in Albuquerque, New Mexico.